The original intent of this podcast was to capture a history that had actually already begun withering away. Um, had I been around 20 years ago, at 18 years old, I would not have gone to college. I would have started on deck. I would have had a very different perspective on the industry from that side. But even had I come directly out of college, I'm not sure how this may have come about. Possibly the same way. I really don't know. I may have been on the front end of podcasting instead of the tail, like I am. But I've really enjoyed the process. It just is challenging because there are limitations to what can and can't be said. Retirees and those sort of tenured pilots that are well known and have histories nearing 5 decades out there on the water, even licensed in some cases for 50. There are some very real challenges that seem to be ignored in some cases by companies. And as we are all employed mariners and office pukes in the industry, it does make it tough to discuss some certain topics of the history of industry from 1840 to now, how things have changed, how it developed, where it came from, why it came, what it was tied to. It seems that there was ties to oil and gas to transport large quantities downriver from the upper Ohio, and the development of the country sort of came in conjunction with steamboating, to the tail end of slavery even. And tracking the evolution of industry for the last 200 years is what I've been pursuing. So all that said, I'm starting a new show debuting January 1st of 2025, currently titled The Merchant Mariner. It will allow, or I guess be able to differentiate maybe, the individuals that appear on the show that are not working in the Mississippi rivers or Ohio or up in the New York Harbor, Alaska, Hawaii. I'd love to hear more about that from any and everybody, from the Coast Guard to the industry to the maritime schools to anything we can imagine. If you have ideas for improvement, if you see issues out there, I'd love to talk them through. We can be as vague as we need to be if it's something you want to pursue, but shoot me an email at whereyatstudiosllc@gmail.com, and we will address those things. If you're on Facebook, you can find me or my podcast page, Between the Levees. Message me on either one, and we'll see what we can do. Appreciate y'all.